Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is October 1st, first day of the month, of the spooky month, so hence the spooky music. We are currently drinking Terrapin's Peach Dreamsicle. It's a peach IPA. Terrapin is a brewery based out of Athens, Georgia. And they make some pretty good things. I was blocking Michael's face. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like your regular IPA.
It's good, man.
It's got if you like peach, you would probably like this. It's got a very peachy flavor.
I love peach.
It's very fruity, like the aroma. It smells like peaches. And it's not overly bitter because of the sweetness of the fruit. It's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
You can find this at pretty much any Total Wine stuff I had. It's not a year-round beer. It's a seasonal, I believe. So should be available now. If it hasn't been sold out.
I like it very much. I've never had this before. I've actually gone into stores, seen it, and because it says creamsicle, I think of like one of those sodas, like cherry sodas,
Like the
stuff like that.
slushy
Yeah,
drinks.
and I'm like, yeah, I don't want a
lactose.
cream. I thought it would be like a cherry, like a peach cream. Not my style. I've never tried it. I'm not really big into IPAs, but doing this with you, you've gotten me into some stuff with IPAs and.
So before we continue, now that you made that comment, since this is a beer show, we are going to try all kinds of beers. Michael, whether he likes it or not, is going to have to, because that is the show. So you're going to see him making muecas or faces in case you don't speak Spanish, like, it's part of the game.
All right, with that being said, let's dive into today's Thursday episode. Let's do a recap first of what happened last night. Game 1 of the NBA Finals, Lakers and Heat. The Heat started off very strong.
Very strong. We were up by 13 points at one point.
Yeah. And then?
We were not up by 13
And then
points.
Tyler Hero does a turnover, and then it all went downhill from there. But in the fourth quarter, they actually were coming back. At one point, we were down by like 33 points, and I think we finished the game down 18, 15, or something like that. We brought it down, I think, close to...
We got it down to 15.
Yeah.
We were down 15 with like 3 minutes left, something like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't Tyler Hero's fault. However, he did come in. He was very loose with the ball. That's the best way to describe
That's
it.
a good one.
Bro, he's 20 years old. Okay? The whole thing was not his fault. He made mistakes, but a lot of people made mistakes.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with the night was our injuries. So Goran is doubtful for tomorrow, and so is Bam. Goran's injury is a tear of his plantar fascia, which is the ligament literally on the bottom of your foot. In case you don't know, the bottom of your foot is called the plantar region. It's a ligament that connects the front to the back. It
hurts.
It hurts a lot. I've never had it, but I know it hurts a lot. Any ligament tear is painful.
It hurts. I have plantar fasciitis, and it hurts. It's not the same. He tore his. Mine is stretched, and it's overworked. He tore like a little tear. He can come back. Udonis Haslam came back after a week when this happened to him. So he can come back. I don't expect him to play game 2 though.
I agree. So few things. So regarding his injury, they were saying that when it first happened, he couldn't really walk. He was favoring that leg, obviously. But on some positive notes, he's really trying to play tomorrow. Obviously, I don't think he should if he really can't. If he's going to be a hindrance out there. If he can get through it and he can play like normal, or even 80% of what he normally plays, then okay. But if it's gonna threaten his career, then it's not worth it. But at night when they were leaving, going back to the rooms and stuff, he wasn't really no longer favoring. He was kind of walking normal from the things that I've read.
Cortisone shots.
So it's a big loss. Obviously, I think the biggest loss is Bam with his injury. So he had a shoulder strain. Now it looks like a neck strain as well.
Like right in here.
Which is why he went from questionable to doubtful. So he's doubtful for tomorrow's game.
I think he'll play. He said he's gonna play, and I think he will play.
I think he said that though before they found out the neck strain. Now he might not play. That's what he said. But we'll see. Obviously, I'm sure he's getting treatment around the clock, and so is Dragic. It's tough. Like I said, the same thing applies to Bam. If it's going to threaten his career, it's not worth it. I mean, it really isn't. If him sitting one game to heal a little more and being much healthier and much better and ready for game 3 is an option, then that might be the best route to take.
I think we need both of them. I think we need more, like you said, more Bam over Dragic.
Yeah.
Man, it's just so devastating because
I'll go into more detail why I think that, but it's a big loss.
It's devastating, man, because without Bam, I mean, at some points I saw that the game looked like the Lakers were veterans out there, and they made me feel like the Heat were boys. Just, you know, it's like when you're 22 years old playing at the park, and these like 16-year-old kids come in, they're like wild, they throw up shots, they just run in.
Those, but I wasn't the one throwing up shots.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know, when we played, there was some time when we were older, these kids would come in and just want to do all these things. It looked like that, and I was like, man, this is what Spo brought. Like, this is what he came up with. Because I think Spo's a better coach than Vogel, 10 times better than him. So it's like, but I don't think Vogel's the true coach of that team. I think it's LeBron.
No,
is the coach of that team.
I do give Vogel credit. I think Vogel is a good coach. I don't think he's better than Spoelstra.
I think he's a good coach,
but I think Vogel's a good coach. Remember, when he was with the Pacers and we had LeBron, they gave us a lot of. I mean, Frank Vogel made Roy Hibbert an all-star. Plain and simple. Where is Roy Hibbert right now? Who knows? Exactly my point. But yeah, so like you were saying, yeah, they look like men. I mean, compared to us, they are. They have an older team. Where we are a much younger team. Or I mean, it goes what? It goes Goran, then Jimmy. No, I'm sorry, Goran, then Dragic. Then
what,
I think
in terms
Jimmy.
of what?
Age. I think
Goran. UD is first.
UD. I'm sorry, I meant to say UD.
Then Iguodala.
UD, Iguodala, Goran, Jimmy, and no, yeah, Goran, Jimmy, and then I think Jay Crowder right after. So yeah,
I like when Jay got a little fiery with LeBron. Then Anthony Davis was in the middle and LeBron was like hitting him like in the chest, like, yeah, but Jay Crowder was just staring at him like, what? Because LeBron went at Jay. LeBron there was a sequence in the first or second quarter that LeBron went at Jay and started just going strong. He was doing that against Bam too. LeBron knows he can do this. He has the strength to do it. Bam kind of stood his ground and LeBron actually fell on one. But against Jay stood his ground, and then LeBron was like, oh, come on. Like, I don't know. I like that intensity. And Jay wasn't backing down. I liked it.
The whole team's not going to back down. So like you were saying, obviously, grown men versus boys. One thing that I've always prided with Tyler Hero, and I've said it multiple times, what I love most about his game is he lets the game come to him. And he did at some point. When he first came in, he was not letting it come to him. He was trying, like he said about those kids when we go to play pickup, he was trying to do too much. He was trying to force situations. He was trying to do things outside of what was available. Then when he went on his little scoring streak where he had like the 2 threes in a row, he would have hit the third one, had Jay Crowder not pass it right back to him when he was coming back from inbounds because he hit that shot too. That's when Tyler's at his best. He just needs to let the game come to him. He doesn't need to force it. And it's fine. He's 20 years old. I'm sure he had nerves. It was his first finals. Like it's a lot for a 20-year-old to take in.
It's a lot, but it really isn't a lot because it's not the same. They're still in the same bubble, playing in the same arena, and there
is still some pressure. You don't have the fan pressure, but there is.
Maybe there's an extra camera.
Remember how much he wants to do it. He wants to do it for Jimmy.
No, he wants to. But look how much LeBron wants to do it for Kobe, and for himself, of course. No, a lot of players that Caldwell Pope stepped up, bro. What the Lakers did
with that foul.
What the Lakers did, man, that's not something that can go game to game. They're not gonna do that. Yeah. Shooting like record amount of 3-pointers, they're not gonna do that. The bench, every single person who had been struggling or just they overperformed at what they
have been doing. Exactly. We're not saying that they can't do it. Obviously, they did it yesterday. It's possible.
Danny Green, but
it's not a common occurrence. They played very, very, very well, and the Heat on the flip side played very, very, very poorly. Our defense wasn't good. No. We were missing rotations. Mm-hmm. The biggest thing is there seemed to be like a lid on the basket. We could not even. Granted, the Lakers play they're one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, if not the best. They are a good defensive team. I'm not taking that away from them. Mm-hmm. But we still got a lot of good looks, but we could not hit those good looks. Yeah. We had to take advantage of those good looks. So pretty much, what do you think we need in order to win the series?
What we need is, what we're going to get first and foremost is the Lakers' inability to just replicate what they did in Game 1. It's not going to happen. So they're not going to make as many threes as they did. But when you're talking about us on our side, we need to limit the turnovers, Mm-hmm. And we need big games from Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero. We need the Splash Bros of the East to actually be the Splash Bros of the East. They have to. Because if not, they're defensive liabilities. And I believe you're going to hit on that too. And I'm going to let you talk about it now.
He's literally taking what I was going to say. So what we need, our biggest thing is Bam. Like I said, Dragic's injury is terrible. It sucks mainly because he was playing so well. He's older. He's further along in his career. Like his first finals, I really wanted him to ball out in this finals, and hopefully we get him back. Bam is the key piece to. I said it from the beginning. As Bam goes, we goes. Jimmy says it all the time. He's very crucial to our team because we can make up for what Dragic does with Kendrick Nunn. I mean, Kendrick Nunn came in and balled. If Kendrick Nunn can replicate that, he hasn't. He's been off for a while, but he came in and popped off. If he can replicate that, or he doesn't even have to go 8 for 11, but if he can give us 15 to 18 points a game, that's good. And then the same thing applies to Tyler and like he said, Duncan. That would help us as well. Tyler, I'm not as worried about because Tyler can get his buckets any way, shape, or form. He's not only shooting 3-pointers like Duncan Robinson is. Sorry for our technical difficulties. The lights are on and off. But
it's Halloween month, bro.
Yeah, it's freaking us out.
It's the ghosts.
It's those people. Anyways, but with Duncan, he needs to minimum average 12 points a game. If he is not averaging 12 points a game, which he hasn't been, yesterday he had 0, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
He's a defensive liability. He falls asleep on defense. He's not quick enough laterally. It's not that he's not. He is quick enough. He's athletic. He's not Kelly Olynyk. No offense, but he can move. But it's that he doesn't. Like the transfer from when he should be moving is like a second delayed. He just needs to get better at his timing. But he's not incapable of doing so. And what gives me hope is that he really does want to be a good defensive player. He's trying. You could see that he's trying. But he also does have defensive lapses in judgment. He falls asleep a lot. He did it a few times in the last series. He does it a lot here, where especially when they're going into the zone and he's splitting the wing and the corner. He stays on his heels and he's flat-footed, so he can't react fast enough to go contest a 3 or close out on the person, so he doesn't even get the shot. So obviously, if he's not giving us 12 points a game, he's a defensive liability, and his minutes will be severely reduced.
So a thing that I think what can happen is when we played in 2011, right? It was the first run for the Heat. We played the Mavs. So what did the Mavs, after the Heat were leading 2-0, famously joking about Dirk being sick and whatnot?
The Heat were leading 2-0.
Yeah, the Heat were up 2-0.
Now, what was that stat the other day that said Spoelstra has never lost when he's up 2-0?
Maybe the conference finals?
Maybe.
So when the Heat were up against the Mavs, Guillermo, check the stats.
Okay.
So when the Heat were up 2-0 or 1-0 or whatnot, when the Heat were up against the Mavericks, what did the Mavs do after that affected us big time?
You see? Game 1, 1-1, game 2.
So we
were up 2-1.
We were up 2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It was a 95-93 defeat game 2, so we were close to winning that one.
Yeah.
So after being after being up 2-1, they put a little man named JJ Barea. JJ Barea should, in my opinion, have won the MVP. Dirk won the MVP that year, but JJ Barea basically set the tone because we had no point guard young enough, fast enough.
The year Iguodala won.
Yeah, we had no point guard young enough and fast enough to cover JJ Barea back in 2011. What do the Lakers not have? What don't the Lakers have? They don't have a young point guard who can cover Kendrick Nunn. They have nobody who can cover Kendrick Nunn, really. He's too fast. Who are you going to put, Rondo? Rondo's good defensively. He's a really good defender. But he's not as fast anymore. Kendrick Nunn is faster and more explosive. The only problem with Kendrick Nunn is when he drives, they let you drive because they know they have 2 7-footers waiting for you. And if LeBron wants to, he'll be the third one because LeBron's like 6'10". So they have so much size over anybody. So much size over anybody, man. So I like Kendrick Nunn. If he can continue what he's doing, man,
he's going to be a difference maker.
It's going to be
help
huge. Look for that. Spo doesn't forget these things. Neither does Pat Riley. Look for that.
Another thing, pretty much on some quick points. Kendrick Nunn needs to step it up. We talked about Duncan and Tyler needing to, primarily Duncan. Like I said, if he's not scoring 12, then he shouldn't be on the field, on the court.
I love the Iggy's energy.
Iguodala did well. I love Jay Crowder's energy. We started well, man. We looked well, and then bad things happen. It happens. Yeah. Another thing, we need to adjust our rotation because we cannot go with that small ball rotation, unfortunately, because of their size.
Olynyk was good.
Olynyk will make a difference. We may see Myers Leonard because we need bigger bodies. Defensively, we can keep up, but the problem is on the rebounds. We're undersized. We can't compete with both AD and Dwight Howard trying to get rebounds.
Too many second chance points.
We
need to cover that.
It's so demoralizing to get a defensive stop when you're hustling for 24 seconds. They take a bad contested shot and they miss horribly for them just to get the rebound and to have a refresh. It's super draining. It's demoralizing. We need to have a bigger lineup. If not, Kellyo or Myers, Bam, someone has to be in with maybe Derrick Jones, because he's a long, lengthier player. But we need rebounding. We need to limit the offensive rebounding.
All right, finals. Is it over?
I don't think it is over. So there was a strange stat. Obviously we're into those weird stats, Tyler Hero scored 400 points on a Tuesday, those are stupid ones. But this stat is, I said that for no reason. This stat was Eric Spoelstra has won 3 NBA Finals. How many has he won?
2.
Oh no, was it 2? It was 2. I don't know why I said 3. He has won 2 NBA Finals. My apologies.
He was an assistant for the 6th one.
My apologies. There you go. But in all his finals,
I'm sorry to mess you up.
It's fine. In all the finals that he has won, what do they have in common?
They have LeBron and Dwayne Wade.
They lost game 1.
Oh yeah, we lost game 1 of the Thunder.
We lost game 1 of all of them.
We lost game 1 of the Thunder.
On the ones that we have won.
We lost game 1 to the Spurs.
Yeah.
Wow, we've lost a lot of game 1s. I'm not gonna lie.
So my whole thing is people don't need to overreact. It's one game.
And we were leading, and we finished strong. And their starters were still playing when we finished strong.
Another thing, if Bam and Goran don't play, I would actually not be surprised if we pulled off the W. Primarily because when teams know that they don't have to compete against a main piece, it happens to us, it happens to everybody.
Relax.
They tend to take it easy.
And
we will not be taking it easy.
Panos, this is where I don't think that'll happen. LeBron and the Lakers want to get out of that bubble. They want out of the bubble. They know the quickest route out of that bubble is to sweep the Heat. Do I think they'll sweep the Heat? No, I don't think they'll sweep. I had the Heat winning in 6, but I did say the Heat lose game 1, the series is over. In probably 5. The Lakers want out. They're going to be mentally ready for it. They're going to bring their game 2. But you know what? So will the Heat. And this Jimmy Butler-led team is going to be ready. They're going to rebound, and we're going to see what happens. And now we're moving on from the Heat.
They're going to give it their all, and that's all that matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Marlins are up 1-0 on the Cubbies. The Marlins,
you know what that means?
The Marlins are perfect.
We're winning the World Series. I called it.
The Marlins are perfect in the playoffs, baby. The Marlins, the Fish, are perfect in the playoffs.
I should have won mine.
It's okay. They were supposed to play today at 2 p.m. The game got postponed due to rain in Chicago. It'll be now tomorrow, Friday, October 2nd, 2:08 p.m. 1:08 Central Time. Why the 08? I don't know.
I thought you knew.
That was a homeroom class I had in middle school.
Who cares?
That's what I think when I think of 208. Who? 208.
Who cares?
That was Miss Sabaratz, I think.
Sure, whatever.
Okay.
So obviously we don't really have much to talk about baseball just because the game got postponed because of the rain delay. But
I'm going for the White Sox. I've been saying this in the rebuild. They're a fully Cuban team. It's like the Chicago Cubans, but they're down currently to the Indians right now, 3-4. I think we saw. Luis Robert just hit a massive home run, but I think they're losing. Not to the Indians. They're losing to the Athletics. So, Sox, come on, White Sox. So that's baseball talk for now.
Next. Steelers, Titans.
Ooh.
So this is tough from an NFL standpoint and a fantasy standpoint. A lot of us have players on either team. What sucks more than anything is that it's not something that is. Not really anybody's fault, but it has nothing to do with the Steelers. The game is not being played because of the Steelers. It's being played because people on the Titans roster were
contracted COVID
at roster and on their staff. Personnel.
I think it came from the personnel. A
Most
trainer
likely.
or a video.
So the game has been postponed. It will not be played this week at all because of 2 more positive tests that they had today. Originally, we were going to do Monday or Tuesday,
but they needed negatives today, tomorrow, and the next day.
So it's tough for them to do. So one thing that I did see was that both teams, their bye weeks are back to back. They don't have the same bye week. I felt like that would have been much easier to do because they both had like a week 8 bye week. They could have just taken the bye week this week and rescheduled that game for week 8.
Perfect.
Would have been perfect. That's not how it is. The Titans have week 7, where the Steelers have week 8. So what we may see is a Wednesday night game or an extra Thursday night. I'm not sure what they're going to do. I feel like that might be the week that they do it though, simply because, they're very close together on their bye weeks. Obviously, we'll keep you posted as we get the information, but look to replace any of your players from the Steelers or the Titans. Derrick Henry, James Conner, whoever you're starting, Juju. I mean, Jonnu Smith. A lot of players are not going to be playing this week. I have the Steelers defense in all of my leagues, and now I don't.
For those of you who have Derrick Henry, hopefully you went running back robust, and you can put a filler in there. For those of you starting, I don't know what else starts. For the Steelers, most of the starters in fantasy are from the Steelers side. Big Ben, James Conner, Deontay. I have Deontay. Juju, the Steelers defense. Those guys, hopefully you can find something for them, and hopefully you can bring them all together and make something happen. I do know in some fantasy leagues, some commissioners are allowing the owners who have some of those players to drop those players, pick up people from the waivers, and nobody can touch those players. Then once this week completes, you can drop the players that you used as a loan and then pick up your players again.
Is that happening in our league?
No, it's not happening in our league.
Okay, because I was about to do it right now.
It's not happening in our league. Me as the commissioner of our league, as of yet, it's not happening. But I do know in some leagues that's been happening. They put it up for vote. The vote got denied, and some put it up as the commissioner said it's happening. So depends on what league you're in. That's an option you can go for if you guys vote for, or your commissioner just says this is what's happening. It's happening. Every league is different. Just make sure you know what you're doing. Take this as a bye week, because their bye weeks are most likely going to be changed to this week, for sure.
Well, it says I think this
which is why I'm against the whole dropping them and then picking up, because this is going to be their bye week. That's what the NFL said. So just keep that in mind, guys. Moving on
to our pick'ems, which is the main purpose of this show today.
Yeah, I'm very confident. I'm +4 right now. Banos needs to.
I gotta literally do it. I'm just gonna go against everything in this one, because I gotta throw everything in the kitchen.
This is make or break for
Banos.
Get back. If I go now 3 wins in this one ahead of him, and I'm +7, the season is over. We're gonna have a special guest next week for their pick'ems, as I'm already kidding his butt. So we're gonna have a special guest next week,
sure,
for pick'ems. So Banos, I'm gonna ask you. I have them listed already.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. First game, tonight's game, Thursday night, baby. The game you want to see. There's nothing else on TV. It's the game you must watch. The Jets and the Broncos.
Best game of the season. 2-0-3 teams.
Third string quarterback.
Third string
And
quarterback.
a quarterback who throws a pick six every game.
Adam Gase. The guy that loves tacos, you know? Who knows?
Stop it. All right, who do you got? Jets or Broncos?
I'm honestly, man, I'm gonna say Broncos.
All right.
I'm gonna say Broncos. I know they got a third string quarterback. They have a pretty solid defense though, and bro, the Jets have been playing really, really bad. I think it's gonna be a close one. I don't think it's gonna be an easy game. Had Driscoll been playing, I would have given it to the Broncos for sure. But I'm gonna give it to the Broncos tonight.
You're still giving it to the Broncos, just not for sure.
Just not for sure.
Okay.
It's a tight one for me. I could have easily gone the other way.
Got it.
But I know you're going Jets.
I'm going Jets for this one. This is their first win of the season against a third string quarterback. That defense is overrated for Denver. Their pass rush is ranked last. Their pass rush is ranked in the bottom half of all pass rushes, and I'm talking about ranked 29th for a team that had it was supposed to have Von Miller, of course. It would have changed everything. But nonetheless, I'm going Jets in this one. You're going Broncos. Next, we got the Jaguars and the Bengals. My Bengals, and not your Jaguars, but Duval's Jaguars. I'm going Bengals, of course. Joe Burrow's first win is this week.
We almost had it last week. I am going to agree
with you.
I'm going to agree with you. I really like Joe Burrow. I'm not going to lie. Everything I see, I'm a fan. I'm a fan, and the Jaguars are the Jaguars.
All right, moving on to the next one. We have Seattle at Miami.
We both want the Dolphins to win. I know that's what we want. But what we know is that the Seahawks are going to win.
That's what you know, because you're going Seattle. But the last time the Seattle Seahawks were in Miami, I was in attendance in that game. Second row, thank you very much. And the sprinklers went off. It was a beautiful sight. It was, wow, what the hell, in the middle of the game. And you know what? Because of that, I have faith in the Dolphins from those sprinklers 8 years ago. Dolphins take the upset against Seattle. Finals, this is a chance for you to get a +1, or maybe not. Dolphins win this game.
Okay, cool.
Moving on. A team that I've been watching every single week because of Kyler Murray, of course. So entertaining. Cardinals and Panthers.
I'm going Cardinals.
Yummy. So am I.
Yummy.
All right. Colts and Bears, 2006 NFL Super Bowl rematch. Colts and Bears.
Is that Master playing?
Peyton Manning is playing.
Is he?
In your dreams.
Nice.
I got the Bears. Who do you got?
I've got the Colts.
You know, it is a little risky for me to take the Bears in this situation, starting Nick Foles and stuff like that. We discussed this already. But I think...
I honestly, I think Nick Foles is a better quarterback between him and Trubisky. Obviously, I think we both agree. I like the Colts defense. The Colts have actually a very good defense, have a great offensive line. They have a solid team. Had they...
There were turnovers. They don't make...
Had they had Andrew Luck right now, dude, they'd be easily they'd be on top of that division. Philip Rivers is no slouch, but he's Philip Rivers, and
right now.
He's old. Had it been like Andrew Luck, like we've seen in the past right now, dude, they would murk people.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good team, so I'm going Colts.
You're going Colts, I'm going Bears. Very good game. Browns and Cowboys in Dallas.
This is going to be a tough one.
This is going to be a game that I'm going to be watching.
Me too.
As a fan, I'm going to be watching. Not just because I have some fantasy things in here, but as a fan, I'm going to watch it. Cowboys and Browns. You want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. Cowboys and Browns. I think the Browns are going to run the shit out of the ball, but the Cowboys are going to pass the shit out of the ball, and then the Browns running game will cease to exist. So I got the Cowboys.
I'm going to agree with you, but I don't agree it's going to happen the way you think it's going to happen.
Okay.
I think they're going to go heavy on. I think they're going to go heavy this week on Zeke. I agree with everything you said, minus the passing shit out of the ball from the Cowboys. I think they are going to pass it, but I think this is going to be a big Zeke game just because he's kind of been almost non-existent in that aspect. They don't use him as much as they have been using. They've been more reliant on Dak, but they've trailed in a lot of the games, so they've had to.
This is very true.
They've had to.
This is very true. All right, Saints and Lions.
I got the Saints.
You got the Saints. You know
With Michael Thomas most likely coming back. Please God. I think he pops off. I think he gives Drew Brees back his favorite target. I'm going Saints.
I'm going Lions in this one. You know, I went Lions in the last one against the Cards, and you were surprised about that one. I'm going Lions back-to-back victory. Steelers and Titans, we obviously can't do that.
Obviously, I'm picking Corona.
That was smart. That was good. Chargers and Bucks.
Chargers and Bucks. I'm going Bucks.
All right, let's do some quick hit-ems. Chargers and Bucks. You got the Bucks. I got the Bucks. Next, Ravens and the Washington football team.
I've got, obviously, the Washington football team losing in this game. Ravens.
I knew that one was coming. Vikings and Texans. Who wins this one and who needs it more? Both 0-3 teams. Both teams people picked to go into the playoffs and had really good seasons. Both teams currently 0-3. Who wins and who needs it more?
You go first.
No, I asked you the question. Come on.
I mean, you were asking the camera question.
Okay, you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay, man. You know what? I finally got a victory for the Vikings.
I was actually going to go Texans regardless, so okay. This is a good one to split. I'm going Texans on this one. I'm saying, honestly, if the Texans lose this one, I think they fire Bill O'Brien because...
We need the Texans to lose as Dolphin fans. Let's get that first overall pick. Let's go.
That'd be great.
Oh, it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. I said it. Look, I said this. I've said this, and I've said this since we traded Laramie Tunsil and receiver Kenny Stills. The Texans, last year I said Cam Newton, Tom Brady, and Deshaun Jackson at the end of the season were all going to be on 3 different teams. I was right 66% of them. Deshaun is still on that team. He got a contract extension, but O'Brien...
Deshaun
got a contract extension.
You said Jackson. You mean Watson.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Deshaun Watson got a contract extension for another 5 years on that team. O'Brien will not live to see those 5 years that he gave that quarterback because he is just doing things unorthodox. Well, sorry. We're going to get that top 10 pick from the Texans. Giants and Rams.
Giants and Rams. I got the Giants losing to the Rams.
Next, Pats and Chiefs.
Wait, really?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was common sense I had the Rams. Pats and Chiefs.
This is an exciting one.
All right, I'm putting both of us going for the Chiefs ready.
I am, but I partly want to say Pats just because I feel like Bill Belichick is going to come out with some crap that you're going to be like, what's he doing? And it's going to happen, but I'm going to say Chiefs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Pats win. And the Pats, like when I say win, I mean like soundly, like at least by a touchdown.
That's not soundly. That's like
That's soundly.
The Pats cannot win by a touchdown. Well, they could. A win to win.
N'Keal Harry gets 2 touchdowns this week.
Ooh, you heard it here first.
Hot take.
Bills and Raiders.
Bills and Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Bills, man.
You know, I want to go Bills. I'm actually writing that I'm going Bills. But there's something about the Raiders this week that is calling me. I'm going Raiders in this upset right here. Yeah, I'm changing it right now. All right, Eagles and Niners in San Francisco. Finally, San Francisco's back in San Francisco. Well, they're actually in San Jose, but they're there.
This is a tough one, man, because I know how bad the Eagles are.
Does you want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go first for you. I have Garoppolo's not playing, or is he playing? Do you know?
I don't think he's playing.
Oh, that's what changes everything. I got the Niners in this one. With him or not playing, that running game is legit. Kyle Shanahan is a legit coach. He's gonna outcoach Doug Peterson.
I'm gonna go. I think it's Peterson, but I'm gonna go.
Peterson.
I'm gonna go.
But it's with a D.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
Excellent. You should have gone the split so you can see you get the point. But,
Yeah, but what if I don't have one?
well, then things happen. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, we go now to our Monday Night Football game where we have the Atlanta Falcons in Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. Bariotis muchachos, who do you have in this
I'm
classic
gonna tell
Monday
you
night
who I have, and I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna happen. I got the Packers. Go Pack, go. However, the freaking Falcons are gonna be up by 3 touchdowns at some point with like 2 seconds left in the game, and they're still gonna lose. I'm going Packers, and I'm calling Falcons are gonna start hot, and it's just gonna go downhill from there. I'm more so that they have Aaron Rodgers is a stud. Devontae Adams should be coming back. Julio Jones should be coming back, but it's not confirmed. But
Big
I'm going Packers, and Dan Quinn is fired after this game.
Ouch. All right, excellent. I'm going also Packers in this game. They're home, even though there's no fans. Or maybe they have some fans. I don't know.
No, they don't.
I have to ask Amanda. So
The other team did the Lambeau Leap, and it was like no one.
there's no one there. That's right. No, but I know some teams were after the first 3 weeks were going to start opening. I don't know if they were. Wisconsin's kind of open. Wisconsin's been in phase 3 for a while, so I thought they'd open. But whatever. So we both got Packers in that one, ladies and gentlemen. That is our pick'ems. Banos and I, really quick, because we're running out of time here. Guillermo was telling us we were running out of time. Very quickly, the game of our fantasy football week is this guy versus this guy. We face off each other 2 times a year for the past 10 years. We play this week. Banos has a good record. I have a good record of 0-3.
And I have 1 and 2, so we're both the cream of the crop.
Yeah, take our advice.
Yeah, we're the best.
No, but we've
We
stumbled
normally
accolades.
are good. This year,
We
not
have
so much.
accolades. We do have.
We
a lot
do,
of
yeah,
accolades.
but
The
this year-
trophy has our names on it, but this year we've stumbled. But look for my
And
team
you also
again.
you got screwed with Saquon's injury, so that kind of.
It's okay. I bounce back. We'll see what happens. I'm guaranteeing a victory this week, baby. At the end of this time next week, I'm 1-3, and this guy's 1-3.
I'm not gonna guarantee a victory because I don't need to guarantee things that are already known. The Predators are gonna win, but yeah.
All right, Bonos. Well, cheers to you. If I think next week we have a good special beer for you guys. I do not like. He's trying to get me to do it. I will
He's
do
gonna drink
it.
stouts. He's gonna drink sours. He's gonna drink everything. under the
Porters.
sun.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not a fan of stout porters.
I think you. I promise you, you're not gonna hate him as much as you thought, and eventually you're gonna like him.
We shall see. You drank your beer before me. Things are changing. Wow, look at that.
And I'm not drunk this time, guys.
All right, guys. We're
I
coming
hate
coming to you live from downtown Dayland. Anyways, guys, have a good one. Have a good weekend, and good luck. Peace out. Deuces.